The opening sequence of the film The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo has been very influential when it comes to certain aspects that we think we should include in our opening sequence, but at the same time, things that we should base our opening sequence upon. So the first thing that I'll be talking about is the sound. So the sound in the opening sequence of this film was mostly orchestral and contrapuntal, and this sound kind of showed negative connotations of the plot, the weather, the setting, mysterious, or the mysterious side of both. Maybe could be the characters, the setting, the plot, the film, and as well as the enigma, which links to our film because these are all aspects that we believe should be seen in our film, which means that we should make sure the sound that we have is orchestral or contrapuntal and does show these things. The next one is diegetic sound, and the diegetic sound we think was mostly used to show like importance of either the setting, the characters, and the different things that they're doing. So in our film, we should make sure that these things are seen through the diegetic sounds. Next thing I'm going to talk about are the different shots used in the opening sequence. So the first ones were the establishing shots and extreme long shots. And these were mainly used to show the setting of the film. And they do have like connotations of the setting and show the different feelings that audience will get from these long shots. And well, not long shots, I meant extreme long shots. So this means that in our opening sequence, we have to make sure that that we do, first of all, use extreme long shots, and we do have an establishing shot, just so that the audience have some idea as to where the character or characters may be. The next thing are medium long shots. So there was a medium long shot in the opening sequence, and it basically was used to show a person and their surrounding, and it was also, and they had their back faced. So this means that we should do the same thing in our film. We should have medium long shots of the back of the character, and it could be used for our protagonist to show her like dominance and her power that she has in the film, and to show that she's what the film's around based on. The medium close-ups in this opening sequence also did just show like the person and key aspects in that scene. So in order for us to kind of link it to that, we should make sure that when we do have medium close-ups, we do see the person's face to get their feelings and see the expression, but at the same time we could show different kind of objects that could link to different parts of the film or even to the genre itself. And there was a few close-ups, and the close-ups basically just showed the person's face. So we should use close-ups when in certain parts of our opening sequence, maybe important parts, just to show how that our character may be feeling at that certain point, whether it's the antagonist or the protagonist. The camera movements used in this opening sequence the most were pans and tilts. So the pans were used to show probably like the feelings of the characters, and also to show the setting. So we should but we should try to use pans to show these different things, and we should use pans here as well to show to continue to show like the pace, so whether it's quick or not, so it really depends. And there's a lot of quick cuts here as well, which establish like the pace. So we should, for the beginning of our opening sequence, to show that it is fast paced, I believe we should kind of use quite a bit of quick cuts. And the tilt down specifically was like to an object. So we think that when we do show the object that links to the main character, we should have it shown as a tilt down. And the tilt down showed something negative, which we think our object will kind of show. So we believe that we should use this. Also, there was a high angle used, and it showed like it's like someone was looking down on that person. So we believe that we should use a high angle when we show the antagonist, just to show that the protagonist has more power over her, to show that she's power over her. Just to show kind of contrast. So like, who rules the friendship of the two girls? Like, who's the one dominant? Now, the objects that were used, that were seen here, could like show that it was linked to characters and to the genre or plot, or could also like dominant ideologies, the objects seen. So this means that we should make sure that some of the objects we use do link to the genre or to like the certain characters, which we will use for when we choose the object of the main character that's seen throughout the opening sequence. Lastly, the lighting in this film the opening sequence of this film was dim and low key. And these showed the characters' feelings and kind of the dullness of the setting and weather. So in order for us to make sure that our film does this, it's important that we try to have low-key lighting in it, and we should use low-key lighting just to link it to the genre itself and to follow any sort of inspirations that we got, which is from this film.
So based on the opening sequence of Gone Girl, the sound that comes on during the production and distribution title sequences automatically makes hints to the genre of the film. In this case, it's a thriller. And also it makes hints to the plot of the movie. This can help us for our film in relation to the sound by choosing a sound that will make hints to our film, like to the thriller, to the genre. And in terms of extreme long shots and establishing shots in the Gone Girl opening sequence that are showing the setting of where the film or the plot takes place, giving us the idea how the establishing shot can look like. Furthermore, the low-key lighting that is used in the Gone Girl is a convention of a thriller, so this is also important for our film because it's also the genre of a thriller, and yeah, I think we have to use that.
After looking at the opening sequence of the film Unknown, there's a few points that we want to bring forward to our film. First is the shots and the angle shots used in the film. They have used a lot of medium shots and the close-up shots of characters and the movement of the character. This shows the importance of the main focus in the shot. And the use of different shooting angles is also very important, since it will affect the characteristic of the character and the object in the whole film. Secondly, the use of different editing skills. Action match is used to show the importance of the action that the character is doing, and the eyeline match shows the importance of that object or the person that the character is looking at. Then the low-key lighting is used in the film Unknown to connote power and loneliness of the character in the film. And in the film, they have used a non-diegetic score to connote the loneliness of the character because the music is soft and it has a slow pace. Also, the change in lighting and the use of diegetic sound in the scene has been included in the film to emphasize the location of the character. All the things that I've just said before, we think that we should include it in our film. And to show that our film is able to be linked to the genre that we have chosen, and to show our understanding in our research.
After looking at and analyzing the opening sequences of the 3 different films, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo,
Gone Girl,
we have decided on a few things that we believe our opening sequence should have to link it to the thriller genre and to these 3 different films. The first thing is
low-key lighting. We decided to use low-key lighting on our thriller because it is one of the conventions.
And we also decided to use some establishing shots.
to give the audience a feel of where the characters are at that point in time. We also decided to have the sound be a score and orchestral type of music, just due to the fact that they won't get confused from if there's like a soundtrack or something, and to make sure that the score and orchestral do link to the different feelings of the characters and to the aspects of our plot and the genre itself as well.
Close-ups and median close-ups should be included as well.
And we think that in our film we should use camera movements like tilts and pans.
Also, for our editing, I believe it's important that we do quick cuts, action matches, and eyeline matches.
Last but not least, we think that in our film we should include different angle shots, mostly high angle shots.
Especially in objects. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.